Your thoughts with today's sentence?
I'm okay with it. I'm at peace with it. You know, I want him to make good changes and be a better person and be a good member of our community. And I hope that between this and whatever comes from his felonies, help him do that.
It's not often you see the victim's mother go up to the suspect after the sentencing and chat. And I noticed that in there that you were talking with him. You don't have to divulge what you said, but why did you do that?
Because I had to connect with him somehow. I at least had to try. I've tried in the past to talk to members of his family and things like that, and it hasn't gone well. And so I wanted to end things with at least a connection somehow.
Did you get that connection?
Yeah, I think so. I really hope he gets help with his addictions and can figure things out.
Did this bring any closure today? Are you guys able to move forward from here? I mean, it's been a long year for you all.
15 months.
15 months, and more than a year. So did today kind of wrap it all up? Where are you at?
It doesn't, I don't think it ever gets wrapped up, but it's nice to breathe and not have another continuance or another hearing looming. And I think the judge did a good job. I think he gave us a good sentence, a fair sentence. So that part feels good. And I hope my family can move forward.
How do you want Peyton to be remembered?
I hope everybody remembers that he loved fun. He would do anything to make someone giggle or laugh. He would seriously do silly things like eat wasabi on a dare just for a plate of nachos. He was kind. He was kind of a teddy bear at heart, and he had these wonderful man-wearing ears. And he was never embarrassed of them. He was always proud of them. Some kid once asked him on the bus, or was making fun of him on the bus, about his ears, and he came home and told me about it, and I said, well, what did you say back to him? And he said, oh, I just told the kid, you're just jealous because I get XM radio on these things. And I loved that attitude, that he wasn't going to let that get him down. He was going to just be positive and move forward, and I hope that we can follow his example.
Very good. Anything you want to add?
We have had so much support from friends and family, and I just want to thank them. And thank Jeff and Cindy and Carol at Jeff's office. She's the liaison, and she's been a dear.
What do you guys think about today's sentencing?
I mean, obviously I'm not thrilled with it. I do wish that, he could have gotten more. I'm glad that the judge took the time to read the statements from all of our extended family. I think that was really important, especially to Peyton's friends and I mean, everybody that flew down and couldn't see, I'm glad that he read them so that he can understand. I am a little upset that, Kevin is saying that he's sorry. I think that he had a long time to say that he was sorry and show that he was sorry instead of blaming his drug problems on Peyton and blaming the accident on Peyton when the police report and forensics show that, it was clearly his fault. I wish that he had waited the 2 seconds and that Peyton would still be alive. I wish that there could be more consequence than there is.
And you guys had not heard an apology before today?
We read the messages, but he has not ever to our face said sorry. And he did, I know they said that he didn't take pictures. 2 months ago, when my mom confronted him, he was saying that he took pictures. And it disgusts me. I'm disgusted that he was taking pictures of my dead brother. And in his 911 call, they're pleading him to start CPR, and the most he can come up with is that he had a brain fart.
Does today bring any sort of closure for you guys? Are you able to move forward now?
I feel like I said what I wanted to say, and while the whole time he was shaking his head no, and that I'm glad that he had to listen. I do want him to understand that it is a big deal. It's not like stealing stuff from other people, not to say that it's not a big deal that he's stealing from other people, but I do wish that him stealing wasn't a bigger consequence than taking a life.
What do you think about today?
I'm glad we got some sort of closure. It would have been nice to have a little more jail time. 4 months doesn't really seem like a lot to me. It doesn't really seem enough. And when he kind of pissed me off whenever he said, like, oh, jail time and that kind of stuff isn't going to be enough justice for the family, when it's kind of annoying. He doesn't know how we feel. And, obviously there's nothing's going to completely fill that void in our lives now, but it's always nice to know that the person who killed my brother, someone of my immediate family that's always been there for me, is not on the streets and is getting consequences and getting better from what he did. And it was nice to hear that he's getting counseling and stuff. I'm glad he's getting better.
Do you feel like you're going to be able to move forward kind of from today? Did it bring any closure? I know he can't come back, but
Yeah, it was nice. I think I was kind of forgiving of Kevin in the beginning, and it'll be easier to be forgiving of Kevin now. It'll obviously, like you said, there's always going to be that hole in my life, and it's going to be hard to fill that, and especially my family. But this is very good closure, and I think I'll be able to find some little peace from it.